Welcome back, baseball fans, to the Fall Carryover League 76, 7, 8, 9. The National League is wrapping up the regular season today, the National League East, with a playoff implication on the line involving not two, but three teams involved in this. The Braves, the Mets, and the little acclaimed San Diego Padres. Yes, folks, the Padres. Let's go to the bottom of the National League West for a moment. And it is the Padres who shocked everybody by wiping out the Dodgers and are a meager 2 games over 500 in a very diluted National League West. Currently clinging to a 6th seed with no more baseball for them to play at the present time. The teams in the Mountain West did nothing. The Cardinals, with a chance to claim the number 6 seed, folded up like a cheap card table, finishing a single game over 500, and they're toast. Which brings us to the National League East. You got to at least tie or be ahead of the Padres at 15 and 13. After 2 baseball games, the Mets, who were in second, well, they're now in third. As it's been the Atlanta Braves. Winners of the first 2 games of this series are 14 and 13. The Mets are 13 and 13. Mets, Braves, and Padres could all still make the playoffs with a possible 3 games still to play here in Shea Stadium and then one back in Fulton County. So, this is what has to happen for the playoffs. Forget winning the series for the Braves. The Braves need to win this game, sweeping the Mets in 3 straight to go to the playoffs with a 15 and 13 record. If the Braves lose this game we're about to play, they have no mathematical way of making the playoffs. The Mets, they need to win them all. They need to win the next 3 because winning 2 out of the next 3 still puts them at 15 and 14. So it's looking pretty good for the Padres at 2 over 500 presently. As the New York Mets, who had the best chances of the 3 teams before the series started, of course, they decided to kick that can down the road a little bit. Let's take a look at what happened in Game 1 in Atlanta. John Matlack got beaten like a rented mule in the first 4 frames, giving up 12 hits and 10 runs. And the Braves went on to win 15-8. Then, of course, the Mets would pitch better in Game 2 with Tom Seaver on the mound, but they wouldn't hit for him. And it was Andy Messersmith who outdueled Tom Seaver 3-2. Even the much maligned, atrocious Brave bullpen got a save. The Mets' worst defense ever assembled, possibly. Known for versatility. A lot of guys can play a lot of different places, none very well. The best shortstop on the team might be Joel Youngblood, who's the right fielder. And Tommy Helms, he can play second and third, not very well. And the only 2 on the team is Lee Mazzilli. He's a 2 in center field, but he's got a +3 arm, and guys are running roughshod off of him. Boy. So one of these 3 teams has to go to the playoffs, unfortunately. And I'm kind of rooting for the Padres at this point. So let's go Mets. Win this game, which eliminates the Braves from the playoff pool. And then the Braves would have to win one of the next 2 after that to eliminate the Mets from the playoff pool. So let's get started today. For Hotlanta, it's Tommy Underwood. For the Mets, it is going to be Craig Swan, the number 4 starter. And if it goes 4 games, it'll be Kuzman versus Tommy Boggs. And if there's a Game 5 back in Atlanta, it'll be Tom Seaver versus Phil Niekro. That'll be a thriller. Let's get started. Gary Matthews leads it off. 1-15 is a base hit for the ace stealer. They're going to go for it. They're going to go for a steal here, and he steals second. No sense leaving, Rupert Jones is the batter. No sense leaving bullets in the chamber or something like that. I don't know. No sense leaving blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I forgot the analogy there. Base hit, Rupert Jones on a 3-7. That scores Gary Matthews quickly. 1-0 Braves. B. Steeler Jones not going anywhere. Bunnell, 110. Single dot Bunnell. Well, the best part of the Brave team is their outfield, and they just batted. Nobody got out. Runners on the corners, John Mayberry. 5-10, catcher's card. And the catcher is Stearns, a 3-7. And they get the foul out, just what the doctor ordered. So you still have runners in the corners for Rico Carty. Pop to short, and with 2 outs is Davey Johnson, 58. Sky to center, big 3 outs there by the Mets. I mean, you had runners on the corners, nobody out. And then 3 straight outs, so you only get 1 run out of that. That is a huge, huge win there for the Mets. All right, Pepe Mangual leads off against lefties with a walk. They got Stinson in the +2 arm in there. They're going to go for it. He's out stealing. Well, it worked for one team, not the other team. John Stearns, 64. 64 off the Underwood card. It is gone. Stearns has power both ways with 15 home runs in 1978. And we have a tie game. Henderson, 65. Homer 1, fly ball, fly ball. Mazzilli, 310, left. We go to the second. Stinson, 410, pops out. Royster, short. Phillips, 611. Pitcher X. Swans, an E14. Makes the play. Bottom of 2, Joe Torre. 57, it's a walk. Claudel Washington, 67, is a single into left field. 2 men on for Tommy Helms. 2-6, short B. He gets the first in time. So you have runners on the corners, 1 out. Youngblood hits righties better than lefties, so we'll see what happens here. 2-4, let's check out Red Hot Joel Youngblood. He's actually had a couple hits in every game. He's really been the heart and soul of this decrepit Mets team. 2-4 is a double to center field. That will get 1 run in. Helms will hold a third. Oddly enough, Joe Torre was a 1-8 runner at second, and Tommy Helms was a 1-8 runner at first. And they managed to get one of those guys to score as Joel Youngblood had to slam on the brakes at second base as not to pass Tommy Helms. Scribner, second and third. They're going to bring it up. 55, second X with the infield up here. 2E32 Royster. It's a cheap single, meaning that Chuck Scribner got a hit, the 083 hitter. We'll take it any way we can get him. That's a single. That'll score the runner from third. Runs on the corners, 1 out for Mangual. We'll keep it up again. 1-7's a K. And Stearns, 1-7's a walk. Loaded, 2 outs, Steve Henderson. 2-8, let's check Steve Henderson's card. He comes through with 2 outs, a base hit in the left field. +1 arm for Matthews. We're going to run Scribner here. Please say you can run, dude, since you can't, do other stuff. 12, 13, 14, +1 to 15. He scores on a 12. 2-run single. The Mets are in business in Game 3. Big third inning. They bat around. Lee Mazzilli. 4-4 off the Underwood card is catcher's X. This could score another run. 3E2. 3. E2 they do not. They get the ground ball B. Tough break there. Couldn't get a pass ball out of that, and it stays 5-1. Ken Swan. Make it stick to knock the Braves out of the playoff picture. Gary Matthews, 64, short. 3-16, makes the play. Rupert Jones, 67 Ks. Bunnell, 57 Ks. All right, bottom of the third. Joe Torre, 1-3. Right. Claudel, 37, single. Ace Steeler, he's going to take off. Teams are running wild, knowing it's do or die at this time of year. Tommy Helms, 47 Ks. Youngblood, 46, center. We go to the fourth in a 5-1 game. Mayberry, 49, walk. Carty, 48, is a K. Swan's much better against righties than lefties. Davy Johnson, 1-3. Center. It's a good matchup for Swan then. Stinson, 54, pops a short as the Braves are righty dominant. Bottom of the 4th. Scribner, 68. Dare I say he's 2 for 2. Single, 1-9. No! He cannot get the single on the 1-9. And his magic day ends, or momentarily detours, as he pops out. Manguel, 38. That's a single. He's going to steal. And he's in there. They're just running whenever they feel like it. 55, second X. This is the 2E32 Royster. 2E32. That's a ground ball. Runner goes to third with 2 outs for Steve Henderson. He comes through again. Another RBI single for Henderson. Big game for him. Lee Mazzilli, 68. Single 1-9. He misses it as well. Mets missed some hits in that inning, but they still pile up a 6-1 lead for Swan. They're going to ride the Swan as long as they can. Royster, 1-7, ground to short. Phillips, 4-11, left. Claudel's a 4-8. And that's base hit. Gary Matthews, 39. That's a single to left. Phillips holds. Rupert Jones, 2 on, 1 out. 49. Walks off the Swan card. Here it comes, folks. Bunnell, base loaded, 1 out. 1-9 is a single in the center field. Phillips scores. Matthews. Oh, who's in center? So it's not the +3 arm of Mazzilli in center anymore. It's the +2 arm of Manguel. Matthews will run. And he scores on the 2-run single. And Rupert Jones will slide into third base. And it's a 6-3 game for John Mayberry. 68. Pops to first. No sac fly. And with 2 outs, it's Rico Suave, 4-12 pitcher. 6-3. Wow. Bottom of 5. 6-3 Mets. Torre. 58. Short. That is Phillips, a 4E27. Makes the play, though. Claude Washington, 2-8. Single. He is going to... Oh, he's going to steal. And he's out. And I think all teams will maximize their stolen base chances today. Tommy Helms, 67. Double 1 of 6, base hit. And with 2 outs, Youngblood, 1-9. Line out. All right, 6-3 and a 6. Davy Johnson, 1-7. Double 1 11's a double. Stinson, 67. Ks. Royster, 310. Left. Phillips, 56. Short. This is Scribner's a 316. Innings over. Swan's a starter, 7. And then they have McGraw and Abatica, who has blown a few saves this year. Both of them have, but whatever. Scribner, 410. Third X. This is Davy Johnson's a 4E20 at third base. And another hit for Scribner. He's 2 for 3. He should have been 3 for 3. The 083 hitter. Got jobbed out of a hit in the 4th inning. Or he'd be the game MVP. Manguel, 65. Homer 1, fly ball. Stearns, 38. That's a base hit in the center. Scribner will not challenge the arm. First and second for Steve Henderson, also having a big day, but he Ks here. And Lee Mazzilli bounces a short. He's off. He's awful. 4E27. Both these teams are really bad. Error. Loads it for Torre. Chance to blow this thing wide open here. 48. He does not. He pops to first. And it's just a 6-3 game in the 7th inning. Gary Matthews. He's looking for his third hit. 46. 1 of 15. He gets his third hit. He's not going to steal, though. Rupert Jones. 310. Center. Bunnell looking for his third hit. 3-5. Single at that. So Bunnell and Matthews are 6, 4, 8 in the game. The tie run is John Mayberry. This is just too much. What's his name run? No, he held up. No, it's single not dot. That's right. Runners on the corners. Jeez. Mayberry. With Cardy and Johnson up next. I'm going to pitch to him. Swan is going to pitch. We've seen a McGraw and Apotica blow enough crap. So we're going to let Craig Swan pitch to Mayberry. This seems like a bad move. Mayberry with runners on the corners and 1 out. The pitch, a 1-8 ties it. 2-4. Right be question mark. Matthews will have to tag up here, I believe. Yep, 16, 17, 18. Minus 2 is 16. To make it a 2-run game, and he succeeds. It's 6-4. And this is what Swan wanted. He wanted the righties. He wanted to pitch to Carty and Johnson. He will get that with 2 outs. Rico Carty, 2-2, pops the second. It's just what Swan wanted. And they got a righty leading off the 8th. So Swan will stick around. Stretch time at Shea Stadium. We are listening to the rock and roll animal of Lou Reed here. And bottom of the 7th inning. Underwood has given up 6 runs, but the Brave bullpen is horrible, and a lefty leads the inning off. So if Claudel reaches, they'll bring in Adrian Devine. Claudel, 2-6, Ks. Tommy Helms, 1-9 is a single. Youngblood, Underwood's a starter, 7. Youngblood, 3-9, a single one to 8. And a single on the 1, he gets it. Chuck Scribner does not invite pitching changes. Looking for his 3rd hit. First and second. Almost want to bunt here, but we got to go for the hit here. 3-6. Oh boy. Colossal error there. 6-4-3 double play. That was a huge blunder. And Mike Cubbage is going to enter the game to play 3rd base for somebody. I guess Mangual. Yeah, Cubbage will come in for Mangual and play 3rd. Torrey goes from 3rd to 1st. Mazzilli goes from 1st to center. So you have more range in center field, but a weaker arm in a 6-4 game. Swan in the 8th will pitch to Elise Davy Johnson. 6-6 is a fly ball to right. Stinson, 66, is a fly ball to center. And Royster, for 12, is a ground ball to the pitcher. And we go to the bottom of the 8th of a 6-4 game. Royster leaves after 7. Devine in the 8th. We are looking at the possibility of the Braves not making the playoffs, but still possibly being able to win a series against the Mets. Would be the consolation prize. So Devine comes on and face Cubbage in the 8th. 67 is a single. John Stearns, 48, pops out. Steve Henderson, 1-6 Ks. And Mazzilli with 2 outs. 2nd. 9th inning, and we're going to turn this thing over. 8 great innings for Craig Swan, but we're going to turn it over to Tug McGraw in the 9th with a 2-run lead, needing 3 outs to knock one of the 3 playoff challengers out. That would be the Braves. Phillips against McGraw, lefty-lefty. He will leave. Batting for Phillips will be Ellie Rodriguez. Ellie Rodriguez, 68 off McGraw. Single 1-8 off the McGraw card. He rolls a 9 and lines out. Top of the lineup, Gary Matthews. 59 off McGraw, bounces to short. This is Scribner. He makes the play, and it's all up to Rupert Jones. This could be the end of their playoff hopes. Rupert Jones, the pitch. 53 off McGraw, flies it into right field, but this is Youngblood, the rangiest player. A 2-E5 in right field, and he gloves it. And the Mets have won a game, and the Braves cannot get the sweep. And that means they cannot get into the playoffs, and the Padres are one step closer. Now, after rooting for the Mets, the Padres now have to root for the Braves to win a game, to knock the Mets out of the playoff spot. It's kind of fun how this works out. So let's do the stats. McGraw does have a nice clean 9th inning for a save. Devine, 8 gutsy innings, getting a win. 9 hits, 4 runs. Again, they benefited from a dominant right-handed hitting Brave team. Good matchup. By the way, in Game 4, Jerry Kuzman could be in trouble as the Braves kill lefties. You saw what they did to Matlack. So Kuzman's going to have to fight for his right to party. Yeah, Devine, a hit and a K. Underwood takes the loss. Nice nifty little 14 hitter there. Giving up the 6 runs all earned. 3 walks and 4 strikeouts. There you go. 15, 4, 9. And let's take a look at the year-to-date. Home team has also won every game. Another bad sign. Meaning that these teams aren't good enough to win on the road. The defenses are terrible. The Braves and the Mets. You know. So, what do we have year to date here? Okay. All right, the Mets are 14 and 13. They are hitting .289 with an unsightly .437 team ERA. Again, this is a pretty crazy year for hitting. 1977 expansion year in abundance. Then the Braves are half game back at 14 and 14. The Braves are hitting .307 as a club, but a .487 team ERA. And again, when we look at the standings for today, at this particular moment, the Padres are still clinging to this .536 winning percentage and the number 6 wild card spot. And the Mets improved to a .519, but they need to win the next 2 games, because if they split the next 2 games, if they win game 4 to force a game 5 but then still lose that one, they would be 15 and 14, and the Padres would be 15 and 13. So that's it today from the National League North. Thanks for checking out the videos. We'll see you next time.